What really happened to Laura Ingraham? The untold story. Laura Ingraham is a name known to millions across the United States. To many, she is the sharp, confident, and unwavering voice on Fox News, commanding attention with every word. But beyond the camera and the polished commentary, Laura's life tells a story far more intricate than her public persona suggests, a story of resilience, controversy, personal tragedy, and quiet triumphs. So, what really happened to Laura Ingraham? Let's dive into the life of a woman who has navigated health battles, family conflicts, public scrutiny, and the challenges of single parenthood, all while maintaining a high-profile career in the media. In April, at just 41 years old, Laura faced a moment that would change her life forever. During a routine physical, her physician discovered a lump in her breast, a sign of early-stage invasive ductal carcinoma, a common yet aggressive form of breast cancer. For anyone, such news is terrifying. But for Laura, it was more than a diagnosis, it was an urgent call to fight. Unlike many who describe themselves as survivors, Laura prefers a different term. She calls herself a breast cancer Thor. For her, surviving is not about passively enduring treatment. It's about living life fully, even in the shadow of illness. She approached her cancer with determination, viewing it as an adventure that brought clarity and perspective to her life. The timing was particularly difficult. Just a few years prior, Laura had lost her mother and Caroline Ingraham to lung cancer. The emotional weight of that loss made her own diagnosis even more challenging. Yet, Laura didn't shrink from the fight. She underwent 2 surgeries, followed by 6 weeks of chemotherapy and radiation. By October 2005, her radiation sessions were complete, and by early 2006, she was back on the job reporting live from Baghdad, her hair still in the process of regrowth. Laura has often said she doesn't dwell on her cancer. She doesn't want it to define her. For her, the experience is a chapter in a life fully lived, not the headline of her identity. Instead, she credits faith, family, and community for guiding her through those dark months. Friends, prayer, and support from a tight circle kept her resilient, helping her reclaim her routines and her purpose. The shadow of her mother's death lingered long after the funeral. Laura has described Anne's passing in 1999 as one of the hardest moments of her life. At the time, Laura was just establishing her career, forming the identity that would eventually make her a household name. Watching her mother endure terminal illness taught Laura invaluable lessons about resilience, family, and faith, lessons that would shape her for decades. Interestingly, Laura has admitted that witnessing her mother battle illness was far harder than facing her own cancer. The pain of seeing a loved one suffer imprints itself differently, and Laura carries these lessons forward in her parenting and personal life. She treasures the small, joyful memories of her mother, the laughter, the greeting cards, and the practical wisdom that infused everyday moments with warmth. These reflections continue to influence her perspective on life, urging her to focus on meaningful moments rather than trivial concerns. While Laura's relationship with her mother was close and nurturing, her relationship with her older brother, Curtis Ingraham, has been the subject of public scrutiny. The conflict between them is not a private family matter. It has unfolded publicly through interviews and social media posts. Curtis, a teacher in California who is openly gay, has been vocal in criticizing Laura's conservative commentary. Their disagreements are rooted in ideological differences, but Curtis has also cited a challenging family background, including an abusive father with extremist sympathies, as a factor shaping both their lives. In interviews, Curtis has described Laura as destructive in her approach to public issues, accusing her of divisiveness and hypocrisy. On social media, he positions himself as a sibling fact-checker, rebuking her commentary, and even urging advertisers to pull sponsorships from her show. Laura's response has been measured, stating publicly that she was saddened by her brother's false and hurtful postings, emphasizing that other family members were equally shocked. This sibling feud adds another layer to Laura's life. A reminder that even those who achieve public success are not immune to family discord and its emotional toll. Laura Ingraham's career has not been without controversy. Over the years, her commentary on Fox News has sparked both public debate and backlash. One of the most widely discussed incidents occurred in 2018, when she made remarks about younger Americans, particularly Gen Z, criticizing their focus on life priorities like marriage and children. While she cited NBC News poll data, many saw her statements as hypocritical. Laura herself is a single mother who adopted 3 children later in life. The public response was swift, with critics highlighting the contrast between her personal choices and her on-air commentary. Another high-profile controversy was her infamous "shut up" and dribble statement directed at NBA star LeBron James. After James and teammate Kevin Durant spoke about U.S. politics, Laura argued that professional athletes should focus on sports rather than politics. The comment triggered a social media storm, with James and others asserting that athletes have every right to engage in public discourse. Critics accused Laura's remarks of racial insensitivity and dog whistle politics, further fueling the debate about her influence and rhetoric. Laura has also faced criticism for her views on demographic changes in the U.S., echoing elements of the Great Replacement Theory, a controversial and widely debunked concept rooted in white nationalist thought. While Laura frames her commentary as concern over immigration and cultural shifts, critics argue that it aligns with extremist narratives, resulting in advertiser boycotts and public scrutiny. Amid the health struggles, family disputes, and public controversies, Laura has also built a family of her own, but on her terms. Laura Ingraham has never been married, but she chose to become a mother through adoption, bringing 3 children into her life. Her journey began in 2008 with the adoption of a daughter, Maria Caroline from Guatemala. She later adopted 2 sons from Russia, Michael Dmitry in 2009 and Nikolai Peter in 2011. These adoptions were not simple. They required navigating complex international bureaucracies, especially during a time when some countries were tightening restrictions on foreign adoption. Laura's commitment to providing a stable home for children in need reflects her belief that adoption is about compassion and responsibility, not politics or personal recognition.
Raising 3 children as a single mother while managing a demanding media career was far from easy. Laura has described the challenge as the hardest she has ever faced but also the most rewarding. She emphasizes discipline, presence, and intentional bonding, balancing work commitments with homework, bedtime routines, and moments of joy and reflection. Privacy is a priority. Her children are largely shielded from the public eye, even as she occasionally shares glimpses of their lives. Laura's romantic history is sparse but notable. During her college years at Dartmouth, she dated fellow conservative commentator Dash Douza, even becoming engaged at one point before cancelling the wedding. In the late 1990s, she was briefly linked to Liberal commentator Keith Olbermann and rumored to have dated former Senator Robert Torricelli. The most public chapter came in 2005 when she became engaged to businessman James V. Reyes, but the engagement was called off after her breast cancer diagnosis. From that moment, she chose to focus on healing and family rather than pursuing marriage. Her experience highlights a conscious choice to prioritize personal growth, motherhood, and career over societal expectations of marriage. Laura has often expressed that family fulfillment and personal satisfaction do not require traditional marital structures, a perspective that resonates with many modern families. Throughout her career, Laura has navigated high-profile controversies while maintaining professional success. From advertiser boycotts over social media remarks to criticism for her political commentary, she has learned to separate public opinion from her personal life. Her ability to continue reporting, engaging audiences, and managing her household reflects resilience and strategic prioritization. Even with public backlash, Laura's focus remains clear: her family, her health, and her role as a media professional. The challenges she faced, from surviving cancer to adopting children internationally, have shaped a woman who is determined, disciplined, and deeply aware of her responsibilities to herself and those she loves. Laura Ingraham's journey teaches several important lessons. Resilience in adversity, facing cancer and family loss with determination and perspective. Redefining family, building a family through adoption rather than conforming to societal expectations. Navigating public scrutiny, balancing career demands and public criticism with personal values. Prioritizing meaningful connections, choosing faith, family, and supportive communities as pillars of strength. Her life is a testament to how personal struggles, when met with courage and clarity, can become transformative experiences. Laura's story is not just about fame, controversy, or political commentary. It is about navigating life's complexities with grace, purpose, and intentionality. From a shocking health diagnosis to navigating family conflict, public backlash, and the challenges of single parenthood, Laura Ingram's life is a tapestry of triumph, controversy, and resilience. She has lived through experiences that most can only imagine, facing mortality, reconciling personal values with public perception, and raising a family against the odds. Her story reminds us that behind the persona seen on television is a human being who has faced real pain, made difficult choices, and built a life grounded in purpose. Whether you admire her career, her personal strength, or her commitment to family, Laura Ingram's life offers a profound example of resilience in the modern world. So, now you know the untold story of Laura Ingram. Which part of her journey surprises you the most, the battle with cancer, the family conflicts, or her courageous path to single motherhood?